Yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mike the Ref Twitch stream, AEW Sidecast edition, and we're actually coming in with breaking news. Who knew we'd be a news station here as well? Just announced, and this came out 1 minute ago. They just announced a three-way women's tag for tonight's edition of Dynamite. We're going to get Anna JAS and Ty Mello teaming up to take on Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue. We're also going to be taking on Britt Baker and the AEW Interim Women's Champion Jamie Hager in a three-way tag match. I haven't seen a three-way tag in a very long time, and it's going to be interesting to me how this is going to work out here. And great on the ladies getting some little extra exposure here. So this card's really starting to take shape into some... We got a couple fun matches and then a whole lot of what the hell happened on Saturday kind of deal here. We're going to have to hear from William Regal. We're going to have to hear from MJF. We got Ethan Page versus Ricky Starks to see who's going to be taking on MJF at Winter is Coming. And yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more at stake here, but great to see everybody here today, by the way. Got so excited here with the fact that everything was just bing, bang, boom all over the place here. We got breaking news all over. I was actually wondering what was going on tonight, just for the fact that we haven't seen a whole lot happening. So, well, first of all, welcome. Good to see everybody. And just a couple reminders as we get going here. One, we are still raising money for jack.org and mental health for youth and young adults, support and care. All the details, if you want, on the organization and the donations are, all you have to do is hit !Jack in the chat, and it will pop up here. As well, coming up this Friday through Monday, if you are interested in some merchandise via the merchandise store here on Stream Elements, there is free shipping up to $20 for anything there. As well, anything that is purchased before the end of November, all the net proceeds will be going directly to jack.org as well. So there's a link to the merch room as well. And just remember, folks, you get that jack.org up to $1,500. My Just Dance stream that is scheduled for, well, right now it's pretty much scheduled for January 1st. I haven't put anything out officially. Probably won't do it until Christmas. But the January 1st Just Dance stream for making our $1,000 can get upped to $1,500, and I will end up wearing a panda suit. So get the word out, get the donations going. Good to see you, Andre. Hope everything's going well at work today for you. Hope all the craziness in the world's caught up with you. Oh, you're at home now? Okay. I know I was talking to you earlier at work here, and oh, you work 8 to 5. Okay, well, that's perfect. You get a chance to watch Dynamite tonight. Just a reminder to anybody that's watching in Canada, Dynamite tonight is actually on TSN 3, not TSN 2. They have a blacked out hockey game on TSN 2 tonight, so I literally just found that out just as I was getting everything set up for the stream tonight. So if you guys are PVRing it for TSN 2, I'm sorry, that ain't gonna work too well. But yeah, I haven't heard a whole card for tonight, but at least we've heard 2 matches so far. We got the 3-team women's tag. If you're just popping in right now, Willow Nightingale, Sky Blue teaming up to take on Anna JAS and Ty Mello, taking on Britt Baker and AEW Interim World Champion Jamie Hager. And then, of course, we have the Eliminator final between Ricky Starks and Ethan Page. So those are the 2 matches that have been announced so far. Catching up on NJPW league stuff tonight. Sky Blue taking the pin. I don't know in that one. This is going to be interesting. This is where they could set up a women's challenger for Winter is Coming, right? Because they got to take... If Thunder Rosa isn't back yet, they still got to get a challenger set up for December 14th, Winter is Coming. We already know the winner of the Eliminator is going to be taking on MJF there. So I could almost see, possibly in this case, Willow Nightingale pinning Anna Jay. Want to play Pokemon so bad, but I got to watch wrestling and take notes. I hear you right now. Like, we had so much fun last night with Bayonetta, and I didn't expect it to go 4 hours, and I ended up sleeping in today. I want to actually get back into Bloodstained tonight, but I got so much editing I got to do yet. So what I'm probably going to end up doing after the stream tonight is finish the editing and then go into I'll edit some videos after I'm done here, and I'll probably throw up Black Adam. It's now available on demand, so probably throw that up and finally get a chance to see it. Bobby, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you here tonight. Hope everything's going well for you over there with the Video Bros and the OLE podcasts. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff going on here right now with, well, breaking news with AEW. Like I said, we got that tag match coming up tonight. Only thing better would have been celebrate Canada win today. You know what? I was not expecting a Canada win. I am just glad that we are not in the same situation as Costa Rica was today. Losing by a touchdown to Spain. As long as we kept it competitive, and I think anybody that watched that game realized that we had the opportunity to win that game. We as in Canada. I wanted it to look like we had a chance in there and we were respectable, and I think we were. It just means that game against Croatia is absolutely critical now. If we can get 3 points out of that, that'll give us the opportunity that we might have a chance against Morocco then. Because if we could beat Morocco, and then if we can get that win over Croatia, because that's going to be key. If we can get a point, at least, if not 3 over Croatia. Oh, Jesus, I forgot all about those. My God, yes. I didn't realize we're having match 2 of the trios tonight. So we got the 6-woman tag, 3 teams, 2 per team. We got the finals of the Eliminator tournament with Page and Starks. We got the trios title, best of 7, match 2, and then we also have Jericho versus Tomohiro Ishii, and Orange Cassidy versus Jake Hager. Thank you, Andre. I got to keep you up as like get you back on the payroll here. Hey, Astrid, how you doing here? Just a quick note as we get real close to start here. If you are watching in Canada, it is on TSN3, not TSN2. So make sure it's one channel up for most cable subscribers here. So, you're heading out, Andre? Have yourself a good night, and we will we'll catch you on the flip side as always. But yeah, welcome everybody. Good to see everybody. Astrid, glad you got 2 I think you said you had 2 interviews this week, so yeah, they added the 3-way women's tag match not even 15 minutes ago. Happy Thanksgiving, Zodiac. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody in here. For those that don't celebrate, well, happy Wednesday to you, but those that do celebrate, I had to cancel one due to work, but one coming soon. Oh, you know what? It's still progression here. All right, Dynamite is up. They got a new intro. A lot of changes on it. Really interesting how many changes. Oh, Thunder Rosa gets the final spot. And there's the pyro. Hot damn, like this. And it's funny, we were talking about this on Saturday during the pay-per-view. The fact that it's in Chicago, you almost play the what would have happened. In the clip, Brick called Hager the current world's winner. Yeah, well, they're going to say that just for the fact that there's that whole thing with Thunder Rosa and the controversy behind it. Oh, here's Regal. Well, guess what? You ain't going to hear from him. There you go. Ha! Attaboy, Regal. Well, Regal's getting his normal chance in now. All right. Yes, we are actually wondering about that. Wow, this crowd's got no couth here. I beat him to it. For the record, I said it before you did. Okay, so Regal's basically recruited him. People should have more couth, absolutely. Uh-oh. This is going to be interesting. Moxley's got that look. Isn't there enough couthness in the world? There never is enough couthness. By the way, good to see you here, Darth Mick. How you doing, my friend? This promo is going to be epic. Like, coming up here. I really wonder what's going to happen here in this case. Zodiac, just because we do have women in the chat, I'm going to deny that one word there. So with all due respect, I love you, but I'm going to hold that one out, all right? Just to let you know. But I do agree that, you know, certain people, you need a little bit more couth when you are a piece of anatomy. I have very low standards. I've been saying that throughout my entire dating life, so... But at the same time... Whoa! Danielson's trying to be peacemaker here? It's a term of endearment, and my Aussie friends have gifted that word to me. I respect that, but in North America, that word is never taken in a good sense. Simply put, just letting you know globally here. Okay. Brian isn't just wearing his usual white shirt. It feels weird to see. Yeah. Well, he's got the white shirt underneath, right? But it looks like BCC V2. Whoa. Sorry, this is getting enthralling here. So watch this. Danielson turns around and clocks him. All right, you get the love of Regal. Whoa. And this crowd's having none of it. Looks like we might end up getting a Moxley-Danielson rematch again. Under different circumstances now. And this crowd just wants blood. Straight up. Moxley's like, look how red Moxley's turning. Like literally turning red. You want to talk about how good of a character Jon Moxley is? All right. Yeah, exactly, Astrid. Like this feels like a legit... Whoa, okay. Moxley just wants to get rid of Regal? Well, one thing about Regal, he's definitely not an idiot. And for everything that Regal's doing, this might be the smartest move in the world for him to do. But the problem I have with this is we don't get any answers. Now this crowd's feeding into this with the na 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 hey hey goodbye, aka the Montreal Canadiens theme song. Oh my, we got a jam-packed Dynamite tonight. I didn't even, like, thanks to Andre, that Canada dude, for reminding me of everything that's going on tonight. I normally wait for the match graphic to come up, but just because of everything that's gone on this week, I completely blanked on a whole bunch of this. But yeah, now we got Cassidy and Hager right off the bat. We got the ROH title being defended by... Oh. A lot of promo time to start the show tonight. Uh-oh. I don't think Swerve's ever chosen his words wisely. He wants to... All right. Yeah, it's definitely a build night. Let me get this first prediction up here. Throw this up here for 10 minutes. There you go. First prediction's up for you, everyone. Feel free to throw it together. Yeah, this is a big building night for AEW. Like, we essentially have 3 weeks to go until winter is coming, which is their last big show of the year, which I would say their big show, not Paul White. No more BS, remember that. But one of their made-for-TV... Like, I love the fact that AEW does their B shows actually on Dynamite instead of trying to milk some more money out of us. Holy tie-dye still. I appreciate how the best friends have just gone full hippie on everyone here. That and the fact it's probably going to cost more to do the to get those shirts made. Like, if you want to sell them, everybody knows that's why you do black shirts. It's because it's the cheapest. It's the cheapest cost. This is going to be interesting. Like, Hager knows comedy. Like, if you've watched his Instagram, you watched a lot of his social media, Jake knows how to be funny. And he knows intentionally, like, some of the stuff that he's used as part of his... Oh, Wet Hot American Summer, and there's a time clip. Okay. And there's a sign for the hat. I love that. I mean, the top 3 selling shirts have to be all black shirts, right? NWO, Bullet Club, Austin 316. Nice, Hager. We got a Sun Beach thing going on. And Orange is like, I want that hat. Uh-oh. That was not good. Damn. Here we go. How long does it take to get the hat? That's the question. Oh. So is Hager going to wrestle the Shades the whole time? Yeah, Darth Wick, it's not just the fact that they're the top selling shirts are black. It's just the fact that, Like, I know I've talked to many screen printers. Black shirts are cheaper. Uh-oh. The hat went flying. And Orange knows that he's in trouble now. Oh, no. Oh, no. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, my. Here we go. Can he get the hat on? Can he get the hat on? Oh, one miss. Ole! Two oles, and there's Garcia from behind. Hey, Mel, how you doing tonight? Good to see you here, and great to see all the hard work you guys are putting in. Both you and Andre, a part of the Pro Wrestler Review and the Stardom Reviews, and as well as your work with OLE. Doing a little paranormal, doing a little drink test, a little bit of everything. Oh, here we go. There you go. I'm surprised Hager doesn't have like a wrist strap around that hat. Just keep it up there. What can you say? You're a dabbler. You know, it's always good to dabble. If you got the time to dab. You got the time. Oh, I'm not going to start dabbing. What am I thinking here? But, yeah, like, there is so much stuff going on this time of year right now. Like, especially with the Japanese wrestling coming up, especially Wrestle Kingdom coming up in just over a month and a week from now. Now Kyrie, who formerly in WWE is Kairi Sane, is now the IWGP Women's Champion, defending her belt at Wrestle Kingdom. That's going to be a monumental moment. I don't know if people in North America realize how big of a moment that's actually going to be. It sort of brings to light a lot of the things that it's not to the same degree as some of the stuff at the World Cup and what people are protesting there, but it is actually representative of a lot of stereotypes and a lot of barriers being broken with New Japan, and starting to get rid of those old traditions that many feel are horrible. So it definitely, like Astrid said here, progress for sure. It absolutely is a ton of progress here. Rome wasn't built in a day, sort of like the AEW women's division. Tony Khan is the biggest obstacle I feel to it, but at the same time, it's like I mentioned during the broadcast on Saturday, they do need to have basically the leash on the women's division is a lot shorter because of Tony Khan. They can't have a bad match on a pay-per-view or TV, or they're just going to get buried that much further in the eyes of the one man that matters. And unfortunately, I think with Nyla Rose and Jade Cargill, while the story came out as a decent story, that match was very reminiscent of the Big Show Kane matches in the early 1990s, where decent enough matches for like maybe a heat or a velocity or something, but in terms of pay-per-view, not even close to what it needed to be. So we'll see what happens with that storyline there, but I'm just glad we're getting 6 women on our TV tonight, and hopefully building up a story where, like I said, my prediction is Willow Nightingale pins Anna Jay for the win in that tag tonight. Catching up on Full Gear, was working over the weekend. And there's the catch spot. We knew that was coming. But where are they going to put him? The match was decent. For me, the best part, my favorite cartoon for the childhood. I get it. But I'm sorry, when when the highlight of the match or the best part of the match ends up being what they're wearing, not what they're actually doing, to me, that says a lot. My God, Cassidy. Like, Cassidy's gimmick is going to extend his career by years for the fact that he doesn't do a lot. Like he's got the sloth thing going, but when he does pull something out, he can pull a lot out. Like, look right here. That frickin' stunner. It was so strong it blew off the hat. And now a tilt-a-whirl DDT out of it. Yeah, like don't get me wrong, like Jade looks fantastic. The outfit was great. And the whole thought of it, like she actually decided to do that based on what was brought up on Twitter, but it just upsets me that the match quality, like I know you said on Turnbuckle, oh, there's a quick cover. On Turnbuckle Talk there, Astra, that you think the Jade and Nyla needed more time. Honestly, if they would have given that match 5 minutes, it might have been better. Because, well, Nyla is a beast, but at the same time, if you want to give Jade that win, make it a fluke win. I don't care. Make it where Nyla still looks strong, but uh-oh. What? Yeah, I was going to say, Orange really needs to flop through there. Astrid's comment on Rocky. I didn't know he was there, yeah. Oh, Astrid, I get you exactly what you were saying, that the women need more time. But it sort of brings back to my other point here that... Really? Wow, okay. I guess that's the smartest way you do the pin with a guy like Orange Cassidy against Jake Hager. But it brings them back to my point here that, yes, the women deserve more time, but you got to have the right matches there to give the time to. Like, that end was sort of crap. Yeah, well... It's sort of the end that I was looking for in terms of what I wanted to see. Like, it's ironic that we saw the Jade, we're talking about Jade and Nyla Rose from Saturday. That's the sort of pin I want to end things on. I don't, like, she hit the Jaded for the win, but... But yeah, throw some extra... Oh. QT's got a... Oh, God, here we go. We're going to get a lot of promo time in tonight. Ha! Even the microphone cut out on him. That's great. But yeah, I'll admit that ending... Uh-oh. Could this be who I think it was? Wouldn't mind the factor if they won from time to time. They're back! Ha ha! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Julia Hart in the House of Black in the ring. Buddy Matthews, Brody King, Malachi Black. Here we go. Sorry, Mel. I guess if you haven't been watching for a while, Julia Hart has turned. She just turned just before Malachi took his break. And her character progression is absolutely through the freaking roof. And let's just clear the ring out of everybody. My God, they're taking everybody out here. Yeah, Malachi took a break, which I am so happy. Oh, really? Security, wrestlers. Malachi's here to destroy. Brody's here to destroy. Buddy's here to destroy. And Julia just stands there. She is like they've actually altered this out exactly the way they needed to. Like Malachi is the sounding board, but Julia Hart's the message. I think that's the best way to explain it. Julia's the sister Abigail. Jesus! Wow. Malachi's got a mic. Here we go. It's the exact thing I was thinking of. Sorry, Zodiac. That's exactly what I was thinking of. You want to put Julia in a comparison. She's the sister Abigail that we actually wanted. She is the queen of the monsters. She is the one that is running everything right now. And yeah, Mel with the Suzuki-gun route of destroying everything. Like, this is what the House of Black should have been to start with. And the reason that it didn't get the reset that it needed is the fact that everybody came in piece by piece. And they tried to do that with a couple factions here where you bring one, then you bring another, then you bring another. And then it's that NWO way of thinking where you're more worried about who's coming in next than who's actually there. So the fact that this is sort of a hard reset for them, where Julia comes out and she's like, no, here you are. Here's what you're getting. Good luck, boys. Lights go out. Lights come on. Everybody's destroyed. I am absolutely loving this. Now, this is a good way to hold over the House of Black for another month and a half. Get them run through the Best Friends. Get them run through the Factory. Get them through some of these minor teams, because whenever that best of 7 is done, I honestly feel that House of Black's got next. Could you imagine the Elite versus the House of Black? Like, and the thing that gets me there is the fact that they could literally destroy. The House of Black could literally destroy the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, and it would look totally believable. Because look at the size of Brody, look at the size of Malachi, and the agility of Malachi, and then Buddy Matthews, like, Buddy Matthews, Kenny Omega, like, physically wise, they look very similar right now. And I know those comparisons were made somewhat when Matthews was in the Fed, but even now, the way that Matthews has worked on his body, and like, they almost look like perpetual twins, except Murphy's got the frizzy hair, or sorry, Matthews has the frizzy hair. So I am really looking forward to this going up here. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of Dynamite tonight, because tonight is the setup night. It is the night where we're going to get all our storylines starting over here. I really enjoy when they do this quarterly thing where they reset storylines, they continue things forward. It's going to be interesting to see now, just as it comes up here, what are they going to do with Perry? With Jack Perry after he beat Luchasaurus? The natural progression of this feud would be to get him up against Christian. But legit, Christian is probably, from all the testing done months ago, like around All Out, we're probably looking maybe Double or Nothing in May. Maybe. Oh, we're not even going with that. We're just getting a clip of that section. Now we're going straight into a huge match here. Oh, whoops. I am looking forward to this one here too. I should just shut up while Stokely's talking here. All right, folks, who is going to be the next challenger for MJF? No, this is going to be fun. Yeah, I know, Astrid, like, both on a storyline wise, as well as the character of the wrestlers. Like, I want both of these guys to win. All right, I got to ask you guys a question here right now. I love both of them. This is when I say hope both wrestlers have fun. Well, either way, I think both of them are going to have fun on this one. Hey, Hager. Yeah, Cheap Pete on the mic. Yeah, like, Stokely fires some up here, and I will say this. There, by the way, first of all, hi, Hager. Good to see you here tonight. Second of all, we're going to get a lot of people on a microphone tonight. Like, I don't think the Cheap Heat was needed, but the fact that Stokely's out there, if he wants to make it consistent that every time he's out there he says something stupid on the microphone, I can live with that. If he's just out there and not saying a word, I'd prefer he didn't in that case. A lot of promos on a quarterly on a post-quarterly pay-per-view is fine. Like tonight, like Zodiac, I'm with you. Like tonight is going to be a complete, whoa. AEW 2 o'clock start time Mountain on Friday. I thought it was going to, yeah, I thought it was going to be regular time, but hell, a Black Friday deal. All right, well, I think the story of this matchup is going to be very simple here. It's the fact that Paige basically has had a week to relax, and Starks has had 2 matches and got attacked by Archer twice. So here's a question for you, Chad. I'll throw this out here for you. Black Friday coming up 2 days from now. Bow wow. Okay, yeah, sorry. So Black Friday's coming up in a couple days. What are you... Is there anything you're looking for in particular? Because I know I'm going tomorrow because in Canada we get the Black Friday deals on the Thursday. So after a little bit of Thanksgiving celebration, I'm going out and picking up a few things. Astrid love it, but they're both now sitting on the ropes posing. I love that. Yeah, Hager, that's... I love what... this match has a lot of pace. You have too much stuff already now, Zodiac? Like myself, I'm probably going to pick up a copy of Gotham Knights now that it's on sale. I've heard all the bad reviews about it and whatnot, but if I can get it for like a 30% off deal, and if it plays well, from what I've heard it does, like the graphics may not... The graphics aren't Arkham Origins, but... I have to do my online shopping. I've been working, haven't been out this past week and a half. Yeah. The key things I want to pick up, and I don't know if I really want to do like the Throne or anything like I don't know if you guys have seen those, the Throne website where people put wish lists up on their chapter, on their pages and their socials. Don't know if I really want to do that. Spend your money on other things, more important. Like trying to see me dance in a panda suit. Yes, that is actually true. There is an opportunity to see me dance around in a panda suit, folks. If we can get that charity up to $1,500 using that link, we're already at $1,060. If we can get that there by the end of the month, I will order one through Amazon. As we hit the picture-in-picture. So far we've had 2 matches. Still got another 3 after this. It's a decent pace right now. It's not anything I want or need at the moment. Remember, the game has me wanting to buy an N64. Oh my God. All right, I'm going to fess up with you guys. Last night, my Bayonetta stream started at about 8:30. I was actually going to start about 7, quarter after 7, 7:30, somewhere in there. I had to wait because I wanted to see how No Mercy was playing, and my God, it's a lot of fun. I don't have No Mercy. I don't have an N64, but I do have Day of Reckoning 2 for the GameCube, which for me is actually a lot of fun as well, except when you get into the story mode and then you have to basically fix the game to get past SummerSlam. Might actually throw that up on a stream one of these times here, because, you know, everybody loves a good wrestling game once in a while here. But also, have you guys in the chat, like, it was on the pay-per-view on Saturday, but have you guys had an opportunity to see the preview for Fight Forever that came out? I would highly recommend you check it out because it really does give that feel of No Mercy, just with some updated graphics. And the other thing I would recommend, and I'm going to probably check it out here in the next couple of days, if you go on to the AEW Games Twitch account here, they actually had a live today with John Moxley preview of the game. So you're actually going to be able to see a little bit extra of the game. I believe Nyla Rose was the one that was playing it with Evil Uno. So, like, I'll tell you right now, my schedule for next year in terms of gaming, I have to wait till the Game Awards come up on Thursday, December 9th. By the way, we're going to be streaming that live on this channel here, so feel free to pop in here to watch that. We play regularly on retro nights at your friend's house. Yeah, like, that game is absolutely amazing. Like, there's the big four, right? WCW Worldwide, WCW Revenge, Or World Tour, sorry. Then, of course, there's the all-time classic Backstage Assault that I'm sure everybody enjoys. Yes, I'm being sarcastic when I say that. That looked a little awkward, but oh, that didn't. WCW Thunder sucked. I'll give you that one. Like, there was Thunder that sucked. There was Backstage Assault that sucked. The ECW games were basically Backyard Wrestling, the video game with ECW wrestlers. Warzone and Attitude, for what they were, like, they played fine. Like, I'm not going to say outwardly liked, but they were pretty decent if you asked me. Yeah, Stokely, you're going to get tossed. There's an ECW game, and that's, yeah, it's the ECW Anarchy game that was built by the designers of Backyard Wrestling. And basically, it was just a reskin for more than anything, just more characters added in. It's almost like, well, the funniest part about, like that story about Def Jam Vendetta, if nobody's heard, Def Jam Vendetta was supposed to be the new WCW game before the contract for WCW went asunder. But they decided instead of having... They had basically everything done. The motion capture, the sprites, everything done up for Def Jam for this WCW game. But they figured, well, we might as well use it. Just change the characters to rappers instead. What is Ricky doing? Jesus. I will say this, and the one subtle detail a lot of people won't realize about that move that makes it a lot more sensible here. Ricky's got a bad arm, right? So he's going to hurt anytime he moves it. Going for a snap power slam or a snap superplex like that instead of waiting and, you know, trying to build up the strength to do it. I like the fact that he does it quick, gets the pain out of the way, and just, he could sell like a you-know-what after. Because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when you're trying to do something, sometimes you just got to, it feels like you got to rip the Band-Aid off. Just go for it right away, and you could deal with the pain later, right? Nice DDT. I was going to say, you better not win on a high stack. We already had one of those tonight. It's one thing I can't stand is when a TV product of some kind has the same finish in 2 matches on one card. Same type of finish. It's bad enough when you see it on the indies. There is no way you're getting that Rochambeau on. Ethan Page is so damn flawless in that ring. Like, I don't know about you guys, what you guys think of Ethan Page, but for me, he is like one of those next level guys that Vince just could not find a spot for. And I wish he could have in the time, or else he'd be on TV a long time already. Here comes the spear. No, not going up top. There's another spear. Wow. Vince would have ruined him. Oh, guaranteed he would have. Like, Zodiac, I have no doubt in my mind that Vince would have ruined him. Saw a sign that said Ethan Page is what Austin Theory wants to be. Yeah, I'll go with that one too. So now we got Ricky Starks versus MJF coming up. Who would have said that we would have seen that for an AEW championship match this time last year? But it is actually great that MJF is not here tonight, because you know if he would have been here tonight, he would have had to have it come out at the end here and said something. That's just his character, right? But the fact they brought up that the fact he's not here right off the bat, right at the beginning of the show, there's nothing to do to... It essentially kills anything the crowd wanted to do, wanted to see, wanted to have with MJF being around, right? But yeah, look at this pay-per-view. Like, Joe is one of the smartest wrestlers in pro wrestling in so many ways. Had a feeling, but picked Ethan in the predictions. Oh, they're doing Jericho and Ishii on the... as the main event. I like that. There's the three-way they've advertised earlier. They must be doing the trios next. Yep. He would have been sitting in a VIP box watching and slowly clapping. Yeah, exactly. Like, for me, it makes sense not to have him here tonight, so we could build up some contenders, build up some feuds, build up some other things. Like, tonight the story would have been about MJF and what is going on with him and Starks. But honestly, tonight, I think by the time we're done, we're probably looking at the return of the House of Black as probably our highlight at this point. Because, well, unless my prediction's right, where we got Willow pinning Anna, or hell, if Willow pins Jamie, could you imagine? I would like, don't get me wrong, I don't think Willow's going to win the title off Jamie Hayter. But at the same time, it would be nice to see Willow get that spot. It'd be more... Yeah, Astrid, you thought about Willow pinning Hayter too? Yeah, like, it's a high possibility. The interim title, yeah. They're already talking about getting rid of that, and now Toni Storm's up in arms about it too, which I don't blame her, because, well, here's the thing, guys, and here's my feeling about this. When it comes to the interim title, if you're stripping the title if you're having the title like that due to injury, let's go back to the first time Punk won the title, and the fact that Punk wanted to give the title up because he was injured, he wasn't going to be able to defend it. And Tony Khan set a precedent saying, no, if you're out because you're injured, an interim champion will be crowned, regardless of time. After All Out, the titles were stripped because of conduct, not because of injury. If they would have played it up as being just because of injury, the titles wouldn't have been removed from the Elite. Because the Elite weren't injured, they were under investigation. So Tony's staying consistent with his booking, whether we like it or not. And Darth, I get it. Like, I'm with you. I think that would be a smart way to do it, to relinquish and get a shot when you come back. That's the conventional way of doing it. But if you get into boxing, that's the big one. When it comes to boxing, people have been interim champions for years. I think one federation, I don't know whether it's WBO, WBA, there's so many acronyms when it comes to, Jade and Bow Wow. Oh, Bow Wow's loving every second of that. Ha! All right, we're going to have a party next week, and they're going to figure out who their next challenger is. Oh! And Kiera just, yep, nope, you're gone. Bye. That's funny. That's just an out of the way. Thank you very much. So we might get Kiera Hogan next week. Boxing is not your taste. Too much BS. I get it completely, Hager. And trust me, the political stuff, when it comes to that, I completely agree with you as well. It's just, I'm not stating whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm stating more than likely what. Well, they're using Kansas every time now. All right, let me get the predictions up for you guys. All right, and I put the scores with them as well, so feel free to get your predictions here. Jade versus Kiera, I got a feeling that's what they're going to do next week. Like, they're supposed to have the in-ring celebration of having cake and all that stuff, and you're probably going to have Jade come out and do her little thing. Kiera's going to be like, oh, you know, I just wanted to come and help support it. And Kiera will turn, and that's where you'll get that setup happening. Yeah, you're right on. All right, Darth, let's see here. Hear me out. AEW Women's Tag Championships. They have a tournament. The winner is to face an undisclosed team. Mercedes and Trinity show up. I would absolutely love that. I would absolutely love that to death. If you guys were here last week or here on Saturday, my prediction was to have Mercedes show up. Or Mercedes Monet, as they would call her, as she's trademarked that name now. I predicted she would show up and help in the Saraya match, but I would love to see that happen. Here's the thing. And I don't like to speak bad about the ladies, but right now, do you have that deep of a roster with the caliber that you need to keep a consistent TV product going to afford tag championships? I would like to have both these singles championships used on TV more effectively, give it more time, and develop a roster where every match is consistently good. None of these big show Kane matches that we had like on Saturday. And then like when we get Marina Shafir out there, we're always having problems like that. And I love hearing Wayward Son as well, Astrid. Like, it was a good call. I didn't realize the whole story behind it. And yeah, Zodiac, I'm with you. Like, my goal would be to have women's tag titles, but let's get what we have working and then expand. If you guys don't know about the story about Kansas, the Young Bucks actually used that as their entrance music. During their backyard days when they were just starting out as kids. So that's why it's such an important song to them. And Kansas said, yeah, let's do it. All right. This is what I get upset about with these trios titles. Teach these referees how to hold them properly. You put 2 in each hand, and then you put the third one in between your thumbs, so it goes across like this. So you have like a house of titles. It's not that hard, people. It makes it look clean. It makes it look professional. And Darth Vader, you say they'll be getting more hours next year? I think Pac's probably got a broken nose. He was bleeding during the match at Full Gear. Well, that was a good start. So, wow, it's really heavy on Death Triangle tonight here. I got a feeling if we're doing a best of 7, and let's face it, every best of 7 goes 7. Oh, that's all in for you? Oh, okay. My prediction here is you're either going to win. It's either going to go 2-1 or 1-1. They're not going to go 3-0 and do it all the way back. I think that's just way too predictable here. Sling Blade on the floor, damn. Think it goes 2-0? Well, I hope so based on your prediction in the chat here. I wouldn't mind a little 2-0 here. Penta a little off timing with that. Every best of 7 goes 7 unless it goes through Toronto. Interesting detail. Winner of the series or the trios champion. Yeah, like, you can't have it flipping back and forth like that. There's no reason. If you're doing a history lesson here, and this is the same thing they did with I forget which title it was. I think it was the Intercontinental title. when you do a best of 7, when you agree to a best of 7, you gotta win your series of matches. It's like an Iron Man match. It isn't official until you're actually done. It's sort of like a 2 out of 3 falls match. You're not officially the champion if you go up 1-0 in the match. Because then if I were you, I would get the other guy counted out. Then I win 2-0. And technically, if you win the last fall by countout, you don't... Well, that ruins that broken nose. Omega did the go to sleep. If you guys haven't noticed, like I haven't seen Being the Elite this week. Hey, Mr. Savage, gotta check the posture, make sure everything's nice and good here. Good to see you here tonight. Fine member of the Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots podcast, which we will gladly be sending you over to as soon at the conclusion of tonight's episode of Dynamite. Gonna make me drink again this beautiful iced tea. I am so glad I'm sponsored by TELUS. That way I don't have to worry about getting calling it now House of Black or JS interfere match 7. Yeah, just blow everything up and have a no contest in the 7th one. Yeah, JP, I know usually, I'll be honest, I don't get to hang around a whole lot after the stream, but when I watch you guys, the best thing I like, and it's also the thing that people tell me about my streams and what they enjoy, is the fact that you're just real. There's no phoniness to anything you guys do. I know sometimes I stutter and I throw some weird things out, but at least I try to be as real as I can with you guys with everything. Not that I can really make anything up, but anyway, you can't say who's the best if the match doesn't have a winner. No, what they'll do is if they get the House of Black to interfere in that match 7, they'll have to redo it with the House of Black in it. House of Black steals the titles. Because once again, it's another fight between the House of Black and Death Triangle, which we've seen about 16,000 times. Best of 27. I don't know who wants to go 14. Are we going to go... Could you imagine a 14-13 between these two? I really wonder, in the world of 2022 wrestling, where there is so much to watch, like, what was it? Necroera came into our chat on Saturday and asked me if I was going to be watching like 6 different indie shows that night. And let's face it, there's so much wrestling on right now. I'm starting to learn, and what happened on Monday with Raw and the Women's War Games match. You fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. Yeah. Matt slipped and he just, in the middle of the commercial, that is great. Middle of commercial break, he just completely whiffed on a springboard move. That is great. Yeah, Mel, you watched 10 Hours Saturday alone. Like, well, hell, how long is Wrestle Kingdom? It's got to be like a 7-hour show. It's like an old WrestleMania. Like, there's so much wrestling going on here right now. Like, I wonder how a best of 7 in 2022 is going to hold up with the fact that everybody's got to watch. Like, everybody's got to... everybody's going to see the same thing over and over again. Like, I don't know how much you're going to make a difference of it. It's so worth the sleepless night? I would think so. I've got to figure out what day of the week that is for me here. If it is a Wednesday night, so I might consider it. Is that a Wednesday morning or a Thursday morning? I think it's a Wednesday morning. I might consider it, but I'm not a... Attaboy, Kenny. Good old-fashioned biting. My God. Wednesday morning, 1 a.m. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know. The old man in me says maybe not, but we'll be another 6 a.m. watch along. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, you know, VOD is probably the number one thing in North America for that. Plus, it's the World Cup, right? Because I think Canada's first playoff game, if they make one, could very well be on that day as well. Oh, no, that's January. What am I thinking? Could have been December 4. Okay, yeah, that would make a little bit more sense for that. But anyway, I don't know. Who knows? I might end up losing my job, getting another one in the meantime. For 5 cents. Omega biting Pac. I've never seen Omega do something like that. Channeling his inner CM Punk throughout the matchup here. What can we say? Like I said, I just hope that they make things different enough that there's a little bit of subtleties, a little bit of changes all around for... Oh. Omega's Snapdragon, Pac's German. Like, just a thing of beauty on both of them. Now it's caught in his hair because it's Velcro. So yeah, only 2 of them are legal here still. What the heck? That wasn't a BTE trigger. That was a triple super kick. Come on, boys. Get your moves right. Okay, we got two matches left, so this can't be taking more than about 5. I would have to say probably another 5 minutes here. Oh. Pac reverses it into the brutalizer for the tap out. No way. In Chicago, no less. Here's some heel heat for you. Wow. Wow, you want to talk about heel heat? There's your heel heat right there. But yeah, like I was saying, if you watch BTE, they actually made sure they put a clip in there of the FU Punk in there. But think of it also this way. Like, people are like, you shouldn't be so bitter at Punk for... because these guys, you know, move on or whatever. Omega lost a big booking in Mexico for it, which I know it's money, right? Whoa, there we go. Jesus criminy! With all due respect, for Phoenix to be able to dive through the ropes and do a moonsault, Brandon, you freaking moron. You showed that way too early. I hope you're not worried about that too much. Oh, God. Well, there's hammer number 2. Wow. What are they going to do? Are they going to put the last match as having hammers are legal? And Phoenix hated using the hammer. Penta loves using the hammer. And Pac's trying to be hammers on a pole match. That let's not get any Russo stuff in here, okay? So I'm a little worried about this. It would be hilarious if they booked a sweep. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me. So we got next week, and then there's a break. So they're basically doing 3 weeks break, 3 weeks break, and 1. Because they can, Omega can't do the January 4th show because he's taking on Will Ospreay in Japan. If you ask me what my prediction is going to be for the rest of this, I think that the Bucks win next week. Bucks will be the Elite win next week. Then the week after they get then the next week Death Trial wins to go 3-1. And then the Bucks go 3-3, and then the 9th one is, well, hell, anything could happen. All right, we got an interview coming up here. Let's see what we got. Whoa! Okay. Tony finally listened to the fans here. Tony Storm is going to be absolutely pissed about this, that they had to wait this long to do it. A pop against Thunder Rosa. You know what? It's funny. There's also another part of this, another layer of this, if you go back into the history of this. If Thunder Rosa came back now, she would have to face JB Hater. I don't know if you guys remember the stories about when Britt's nose got broke and JB was going to be the one to intercept Thunder Rosa and have a discussion about this, to which the rumors were that she got stuck, she hid in a bathroom or something to that effect. I love that one of them gets cheered, one of them gets booed here. How long until Britt goes up against... Yeah, Zodiac, you're still a hater. I'll give you that. I knew at the moment Britt said it in the clip. Yeah. It just made sense. Like we were saying earlier, like... To me, it actually... I could see what happened here. And, you know, first of all, I am changing the poll here tonight, because this one might, it's 6 different choices in, so this could be a little different here. Let's get all right, I'm going to throw 15 minutes up here. I can cancel it whenever the pinfall's made, so it's not a big deal. I'm not asking you who wins this match, because I don't think that's half as important as who gets the pin in this match. There are 6 different options here for you tonight, so not only do you have to pick the winning team, but you also have to pick the person who gets the victory here. So let's throw a little kink in this and see how this goes here. I'm waiting for Hater to get at least a opponent or two before Britt officially challenges. I could see Britt being the double or nothing opponent for Hater. I would say Willow would actually be a very good candidate for Winter is Coming. Get anybody that would be associated with ROH involved in your title matches now. Because with all due respect, next year... there's going to be something for ROH. There has to be. It's like diminishing returns here for the longer it takes for ROH not to have a show. They very well could have an announcement about a show at a Final Battle coming up on the 10th. Not that I really think that'll happen, but I feel that there is a possibility that very well... it could happen. I don't expect it to happen. Let's put it that way. But when it comes to the women's division here, right now we got Athena taking on Mercedes Martinez. I'm wondering how long it's going to take for Ruby Soho to get back, because I wouldn't mind seeing Ruby get a few wins out here and maybe build her up to be that Revolution opponent for JB Hater. That would be a match I'd like to see, if we're not going to get the direct rematch with Toni Storm. Because remember, you're not seeing Toni Storm here tonight either. Tony, you screwed it up. It's a 2-on-2-on-2. He said a 3-on-3 match. And of course, Ty and Anna reminding everybody that they're number 1. I think we already see a mix-up in the tag match tonight. Nothing blatant, just a cross-up. Very well could. I think we're going to start seeing a little bit more of that as we go along. With all decency, I don't think we're going to see Britt or Jamie get too involved. Like, you're going to get Jamie in there for her early pops, but other than that, I think she's going to stay clear away out of this. I think this is just an important way, not only to get two really strong wrestlers in there to lead this match right now, in a big sense, like Jamie and Britt. Like, if you've watched their body of work here for the last few years here, you can tell they can pretty much work with anybody. And don't get me wrong, like the other four in there, like Willow and Sky, like Willow and Sky are relatively young. They still got a lot of matches in them. Anna's in her, well, I would say Anna's in her finishing up her second year, I believe. And Ty's only been in, well, 2015, but NXT, I don't know how much you can count in there for as little as they actually used her. So, and I actually like how they're doing this right now. Feels weird not seeing Saraya tonight. From what she was mentioning in her interviews, I still love that suplex. Suplex straight into a pin, no fussing around. When it comes to Saraya and her matches here, she said she's only going to be doing maybe one a month, one a pay-per-view for right now, just to get things warmed up. So it doesn't surprise me not seeing her here tonight, because tonight is mainly about trying to set up storylines going forward, right? Because we got the best of 7 going on. We got Ricky Starks taking on MJF. We got probably at the end of this match, we're going to have somebody taking on Britt there. Sorry. Do we think that Britt ends up being the first opponent for Hager? I know that I'll be honest. I think based on the other thing that makes it a lot more clear for me that Willow might be the best choice here tonight is the fact that we got Athena taking on Mercedes Martinez instead of an ROH competitor. Anybody we would consider a complete ROH competitor taking on Mercedes Martinez at Final Battle. And Willow just seems... She seems big enough in terms of her capability and her momentum right now that she deserves to be in that title shot scene right now. Thought some kind of promo after a victory. I'm thinking after the awkwardness of the last set of promos that Saraya did with Britt, where basically the crowd was starting to turn a little bit in favor of Britt instead of Saraya. Maybe give Saraya a little bit of time, let her enjoy her victory, let everybody think that the victory is like, let her soak up the victory, let people think more about the victory than the actual match, because don't get me wrong, in no sense was it a bad match. Like, I'll be frank. I know we were talking about Jade Nyla earlier. Britt versus Saraya wasn't a 5-star classic. I would give it a good 3.5 if I was being Meltzer. But at the same time, it was far from perfect. But the longer that you keep her off the screen, the more that they have to think about what she did and the fact that she came back, take the moment in that she came back, the fact that she got the victory. People aren't going to remember how messy the match was in spots there. They're more going to remember the victory, and they're less going to think about her neck too, because the biggest thing that happened in that match between Britt and Saraya on Saturday, which killed the crowd, is they did a big spot and played up the neck gimmick. And it was the same thing that happened with Daniel Bryan when he came back first, and Bryan Danielson when he came over to AEW to a smaller extent. But as soon as he was medically cleared and they went to a gimmick that involved the neck, the crowd went from cheering to legitimate concern as to who is as to see if she's okay. Hammerlock DDT, nice. It's always interesting to see what happens when they put a face team and 2 heel teams. And you're sort of expecting one of the heel teams to win, right? Because typically when you have a face team and when you have a face and 2 heels in any situation, the faces are always in peril, and you end up getting the heel getting the victory. Or sorry, the face getting the victory facing those odds, right? Britt with a neck breaker. Oh, here comes the spamming. The finish spamming. Here we go. That was a... Oh! Whoa! Let's talk about these kicks. Jesus! Jesus! Wow! Ho ho! Yeah, Sky, that was pretty damn awesome. A 90% twist into a... All right, and submissions. I want to see how many people got this one. Holy crap. I honestly didn't think that you would get Britt with this many people behind her there. All right, so I love the fact that they are trying to quell this on TV as fast as possible. They just announced that Thunder Rosa's reign officially ended when Tony Storm took over. Congrats, Darth Mick, for the win. 800 fat points going to you. You can play some sounds. Tell me to fix my posture, drink some water. Or if you get more enough, you can tell me to put somebody in particular over. Sky has been very impressive. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll get to you in a sec here, Astrid. All right, Friday we get FTR versus Top Flight. That'll be fun. Why does it feel like Britt's always winning? Like, oh. All right, well, and just to answer your question there, like, having Britt win this also allows you to have that feud continue between Ty JAS and Willow and Sky, right? Because essentially their feud never got settled because there was never a pin involved with them. Keeps the champion strong because the champions team won. And the kid's like, ooh, I like hearing this. Yeah, this was a little bit more of a PG, but I think they want to make sure that they get paid for the replays, right? Paid for the replays on Full Gear. It's funny, we were watching Adam play No Mercy yesterday, and Billy Gunn really does look like that in the game. There isn't much spice in Thanksgiving, just mostly seasoning. Oh, God, here we go. Ooh. That old ass telling somebody get an old ass off a screen. Giving him enough time to come down or what? All right, somebody's got to be coming in. No. Mox is lucky Regal didn't knock his head off. Yeah, like, that was a very intense situation. I'm glad that they dealt with it the way they did. The fact that there's no real answers to it and carried on. By the way, hi, Adam. Good to see you here tonight. We were just talking about you in that lovely stream last night, how Billy Gunn looks exactly the same as he does in No Mercy. Ha! Caster giving out a card. So just a reminder, folks, if you're watching Rampage this week, it is at 2 o'clock Mountain, 4 o'clock Eastern. Hell, I might even watch it myself. Who knows? But yeah, like, okay, Anthony Henry, Darby Allin. All right, that might be a match where Darby doesn't die. And Jericho pulling double duty this week. It's not the North's fault. Just think of it. England expanded their empire and fought wars for the right to spices and still had the blandest food around. I like that. I like that a lot. Fish and chips is a decent meal. I'll give you that. So they're going to announce more matches for next week tonight. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get the predictions up here in a couple minutes. We still got good times here. But, yeah, tonight's been a hell of a ride. Like, I have to say this. The night after a pay-per-view is always one of the hardest to build. Like, I've been tempted to get on here and do the GM mode for WWE 2K. I thought it'd be too boring for you guys. It's nights like this that are very hard to get entertaining. And that's why I talk about the WWE 2K game, because if you're doing a GM mode, trying to build up your rivalries the right way takes the little bit of development, and they've had to do that tonight. They've had a couple good promos. They've had a lot of stuff set up. We've ended up getting the Ricky Starks as part of the match against MJF as we're going along. We got... we don't have a defined women's match yet, but we'll get there. Jade coming out next week, so we're going to see who gets the TBS shot. And yeah, just a solid thing all the way around. And the other thing that makes this extra hard is the fact that it is the night before Thanksgiving, which I see you guys talking about in the chat here. And I'll admit, I'm not a Yankee. I haven't been in the Americans, but I last time I was in America was 98. But I sure as hell celebrate Yanksgiving when the Bills play the early game tomorrow. So I've already got a seat booked at a local restaurante for the first game. So, and we do make turducken as the special meal at the bar. If you guys don't know what turducken is, it's basically, I believe it is a duck stuffed in a turkey with something else stuffed in there as well. And it tastes like chicken. So lots of good food, lots of good times. Lima beans, mac and cheese, meatball rolls. Don't count the crackers cheese before the meal. Chicken and a duck and a turkey. There you go. There's the turducken. Melball's making turducken for everybody in the chat tomorrow. Duck stuffed in a chicken stuffed in a turkey. Either way, somebody's stuffing something into something and then into something else, which, you know, it's just, yeah, pretty damn good. All I know is it's heavy. The Ducks all flew south. Well, they sure as hell ain't doing anything on the ice this year. I tried tofurkey before. Oh, God. With all due respect, I appreciate tofurkey. Could you imagine them doing a world title change tonight? And maybe just bringing him back for Final Battle to get the title change once again? And let's throw this up here for 15 minutes, just for your positive pleasure here. This is, well, I didn't know tofu was soy-based. Oh, you're allergic to soy? Okay, that makes a little bit more sense, but I've never been able to get into tofu a whole lot, so. Tofu's all right. Well, everybody's got their own food taste, right? So of course, well, that was that girl that just got Max Caster's number. That's, yeah. Her camera's going to be on her quite a bit here for the next little bit. It tastes awful too, so I'm glad I had the excuse ready to go. Nice. Fried honey garlic tofu tastes like shrimp. Okay. You know what? You can put a spice on anything to make anything taste good. Except for liver. Don't even start with liver. Liver is the worst. Let's just... Can we all in the chat agree that liver is just like the absolute worst thing on the planet for taste? Please tell me that no matter which way you do it, Darthmic, you actually... Adam, you like liver? Wow. Wow.
You idiot.
I'm just an idiot here. Turnip is my liver. That stuff is poison. Okay. That is a redeeming quality for you, sir. But of course, I'm Ukrainian, so I'm legally required to say that borscht is a good soup. So between beets and turnips, I'm almost... Liver is great. You know, I don't know what kind of livers you're getting down on that side of the world there, Zodiac, but seriously. Chris Jericho's personal referee, Aubrey Edwards, calling the match as usual. Hey, that's Ty Mello's job. Tongue is great too. All right, this is where we can get fun here. Did the makeup cannon explode on his face again? No, it's not as bad as it could be, right? We didn't get the Painmaker makeup. Oh, her face. I don't know. I've been noticing that. Well, it's not as bad as... Oh, God. Frog legs and alligator tail. Wow. Well, I get it, Adam. Like you were just saying here, you like AEW a lot, but some of this New Japan stuff's... One thing I will say is you're probably going to see a little bit more New Japan here in the next month because Wrestle Kingdom comes up on January 4th, which is essentially their WrestleMania. The one match on the card you might know most about is the fact that Kenny Omega is going to be taking on Will Ospreay, which WWE isn't perfect, but their montages and highlight packages are okay. It's the only thing let's see here. Alligator is so good. All right. Interesting food. Darthbig, your family is in northern Florida. Oh, that's cool. Know the town of Jasper? Absolutely. It's 3.5 hours west of here. If you're driving at normal speed limits. Oh, you're talking about Florida. Whoops. But the town of Jasper is absolutely beautiful if you get a chance to see it. I will say they do not do enough justice to the people that are coming in. It almost feels like they're trying to deal with a higher level of fandom when it comes to wrestling, which I'll admit I'm not as much into the Japanese wrestling is a lot of people like Mel could sit here and tell you for days about what's going on here with Tomohiro and his exploits in Japan, which you can also check out on the NJPW Pro Wrestler Review. Cheap plug there. But at the same time, I don't need to... Oh, Fort Churchill. Okay, up in northern Manitoba. Man, those places up in northern Manitoba, like, all the mad respect for people that were born, grow up, and even live there now. So just a quick note, since it came up on Stream Elements in the chat here. If you guys are interested in seeing me dance in a panda suit, yes, I said that right. Our goal for Jack.org is now set at $1,500. I will be doing a Just Dance stream. It looks like it's probably going to be on New Year's Day. But if you guys can get it up to $1,500 by December 1st, by the end of November, I will order a panda suit and wear it as I go through it. So if you ever wanted to see me dance in a panda suit, I'm giving you guys the opportunity. The link's right there. They were told you couldn't lock your doors ever. One thing I will say, and I know a lot of friends that were part of the Northern Death Tour, because a lot of the wrestlers that did go on the Northern Death Tour, are from Alberta, and especially Northern Alberta here. They'd fly out to Winnipeg and then just join the cars as they go across. Everybody's very friendly up there, but at the same time, the kids have no shame in going in after your stuff. So you got to be watching your stuff like a hawk, and if you're not watching it, you have to have somebody else watching it. So, but yeah, if you're the other part is dodging a bear, right? Like if you need to get away from one, everybody needs some kind of shelter, and it's one thing I do appreciate about smaller communities is that sense of community. Like, I know in my early 20s, I was living in a little village called Radway. It's about an hour northeast of Edmonton here. And I moved 3 times, and each time it was 2 houses. And one time I actually had the cops call on me because they thought I was robbing the house. But beyond that, the other part that is more pertinent to this discussion here, there was always a sense of community. Like, I was always told, like, if any of the kids in town were having problems with bullies or somebody stalking them or following them or anything, they were always welcome to just... I never locked my doors. If you don't own anything valuable, you don't have to worry about getting anybody stealing anything. But they were always told by their parents. I never told them anything, but they were always told you can go to Mike's place and just to avoid things. He'll always be there to help you out, which I truly am humbled when I heard that on many occasions. And it actually did happen a couple times, but I don't need to talk about bad stuff like that. But when it comes to small communities like that, there is a real sense of community and a sense of level of respect for the most part, where you didn't have to necessarily lock your doors all the time. Society these days have changed quite a bit. Like, we all know that pretty much not having your doors locked these days, whether it be your vehicle, your place of residence. Hell, what the hell? Jericho's chest is split open? Your favorite comedy gigs are in small towns. Everyone knows everyone. They're usually solid people. Yeah, like... Honestly, Adam, if you ever get a chance to do the Radway Agri Center, I actually got them the booking for RCW out there. And RCW has made a point of it to make it one of their every four stops a year there, because it is definitely a and they always get a full house for it. So we still don't lock the cars or doors most of the time here yet. I guess it's more about your sense of community that you have. Like I said, personally for me, the fact that, you know, I don't have anything really worth stealing. Well, now in my apartment, you know, all this streaming equipment's a little bit more valuable, so I am a little more wary of it. But typically during the day, if I'm here, door's not locked, I'm not worried about it. Never seen a chest color job? It's a way that you get over these chops, right? And the fact that you haven't seen it before, that actually, you know, I'll be honest, I've seen it once in an indie show, and it was done hard way. Not going to get into details about who it was and whatever, but I will say this. Wrestler that got chopped was caught cheating on one of the wrestlers with one of the wrestlers' girlfriends the night before. So somebody decided to take it out on him in the ring. It was hard to watch, to be honest. Like I'll be honest. I honestly thought maybe we get a title change there. Like I said, like when it comes to this ROH title, there is an opportunity here where Jericho could literally flip it and get it back at Final Battle. I honestly think it's a smart move to have Jericho as the champion going into TV. It just seems the seal of approval. But yeah, this is stiff AF. But that's what, like I know Adam talked about it earlier, not knowing about what everybody's matches and what these guys are like. If you know Ishii, you know his nickname is the Stone Pitbull. There's a reason for that. He is hitting stiff, hard, direct, everything. Grew up in a really small farm town that used to be that way. Now it's so overrun with far-right, ultra-conservative people, it's probably less safe than parts of the big cities. I hear you. I hear you. Like the little village that was in Radway, even at that time, we had 75 people there. That's where I always came up with the joke that Jerry Lawler used very well. You know, it's sort of like the province of Saskatchewan, 3 million people, 3 last names. It's one of my favorite jokes all time. But at the same time, in a little village like that, we actually had a Bible school there. And you could tell who wasn't with the Bible school and who was. Because there were definitely 2 different groups there. Is it just me, or is this crowd just not getting into this? Like, it almost feels like they're waiting for the end of this. Like, it's a very Japanese crowd. It's like nobody's not... Like, you see the crowd, they're actually watching everything, and they're actually... Yeah, exactly. They all know who's going to win this, right? That's why I say you need to get Ishii. If you could get Ishii to win this, what a snap on the code breaker there. This is more believable with Kingston or Mox. Yeah, like. Good old-fashioned headbutt. Personally speaking, if I was in the crowd, I'd be a little disappointed that instead of seeing one of the 3 million AEW roster guys, I see a guy I don't know. That's perfectly understandable here. I know Ishii has come in for about, I think, 4 or 5 AEW matches, but I totally get what you're saying here. There needs to be more development as to see who Ishii is, like. But when it comes to AEW, there always seems to be more of a, we're going to show you what we're going to do here. Wardlow, Powerhouse, Danielson, Mox, Eddie Guevara, Keith Lee, Swerve, and Darby. Jesus! What a lariat! When it comes to New Japan, in some ways, yeah, it's a tour of former ROH champions as well. Like, it's still, I still agree with Adam's point that, you know, you need to, if you want to get yourself from the 900,000, 1.3 thousand, whatever, or 1.3 million, whatever number you want to get, if you want to expand your number, you're gonna have to let these people know who they're fighting and make people want to see the fight. That's the thing. Like, it's almost like what they did with Saraya and Britt Baker. Those two literally could do nothing. Those two could do nothing, and they sold the tickets for the show. In many ways. Just bought a ticket today. I want to see AEW guys, but then again, yeah, exactly. Like, I get what you're saying here, Adam, and also I get Zodiac's point too. With it being Thanksgiving, they're probably trying to go with guys that aren't. Ha! He taps out with the middle finger. So I'd like to see you guys get your 3 points apiece for winning that. Uh-oh, here comes Rib. He's coming after Riccaboni again. Who's coming? Oh, here we go. Could we get Claudio in a one-on-one with Jericho at Final Battle? For me, that might not be the worst choice. Because it almost feels like Claudio is going to be in ROH once the divisions separate. I can't see him sticking around the AEW roster. It's just too bloated right now. But all in all tonight, like, for being a setup pay-per-view, or a setup night essentially after a pay-per-view, I would have to say that it wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't... The main event, I think, probably could have been the 6-way. And you could have left the end of the night with everybody all upset about the Bucks losing and down 2-0 at that point. And this one could have been sort of a middle of the card. Hope everyone that celebrates tomorrow, happy Thanksgiving and be safe. Everyone else, have a great Thursday. Thanks, Darth Mick. We appreciate having you here. For anybody that's popping out now I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and hope all the turkeys are good. We're going to be heading over to the Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots podcast in a couple minutes here as we wrap up Dynamite here. Have a great night, Astrid. See you there. Zodiac, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Post pay-per-view episode the day before a major holiday. They didn't have to do a lot. I think they personally exceeded expectations with the fact that the match has developed a lot of storylines here. You got 6 women on TV. You got the women's championship officially declared vacant as of All In or All Out, and Toni Storm being the official champion, and then Jamie Hayter winning the championship from Toni Storm. So everything is, the timeline has been restored. You got your setup for the men's title match at Winter is Coming. Yeah, overall, in the best of 7, the way it is, that match is going to be Winter is Coming. I do believe that's going to be match 4. Match 4 before they take a break. That's right. Or sorry, match 5 after the match 4 after the break. That's what it is. 1, 2, 3 break, 4, 5, 6 break, 7. There we go. I'm figuring this out. My old age is starting to kick in here a little bit too. Yeah, honestly, the women's match just showed that, gave Willow and Sky a little bit more exposure than what they had before, and that's great to see. The fact that they can get a little bit more out of it. And of course, you had Orange Cassidy, Jake Hager. Not the best finish in the world, but a serviceable match. They played up the hat. They played up everything else there. So the gimmicks were paid off. And now you get to watch Black Friday Rampage to see what's going on there.